Okay, are we online? There we are, we're getting there. Alright, I think we're online. So, hello and welcome to the, by now, weekly live stream. We're still playing Battle for Wesnoth, the campaign The Amaranthine Stone. I do apologize for the delayed start. I actually aimed to start this at 11 PM as usual, which is 7 minutes ago. I did look into some research for my thesis and kind of got carried away, so yeah. That's why the delayed start happened. Well, I'm here now, unlike everybody else. And yeah, let's dive right back into the game. Last time we lost at the third proper scenario, which is the Druid's Circle. So we'll go back to that. We did loot some Lich Crypts, which was kind of profitable. We got quite a beating though, and we lost, I think, 3 of our 4 Elven Shamans, Druids, whatever we got out of those. I think they were Druids in the end. So that's a bit problematic. At the very least, a bit problematic. I'm hoping it won't hit us too hard in the back, and we also yeah, we entered the Druid Circle. I will not do the various dialogues and talks here now. We'll just skip to that, which I believe, yeah, I'm going to skip that because we did that in the last live stream, so ignore that. There we go. There's the princess. I also did some short live streaming on, I think, Wednesday, but it didn't quite work out as I planned. I only got very, 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 very poor frame rates, so I decided not to actually keep those live streams around, so those are not going to be visible. I tried some Rios first, and then some Rios, where I did continue the save game we started. And in the last 3 years live stream. Yeah, skip it. I should have probably started from turn 1. Anyway, so yeah, that. I saved during the battle with the end boss there, so if I get to stream that again, and if things work out as planned, I will just go back to that, and we'll pick it up from there. There wasn't too much happening in the thing itself, in the expedition itself. Come on. Okay, note to self, do pick the turn 1 save game next time. There is the apprentice guy again. So we'll get to click through the entire Druid meeting. Again, if you want to check the text here, and if you want to read all that, you can probably either pause the stream or just... you're probably watching this later anyway, so if you really need to, just go back to the last stream. It's there pretty much at the end. Basically, to give you a gist of it, the Druid is asking, saying he has no idea where the why the Drakes did that. No idea where they are. There is something dark, and then he also proceeds to demand that we sacrifice the Elven Princess here. Princess, what was her name again? Not Alindra. So yeah, it turns out those guys are actually not druids, they are kind of a demon cult or of some sorts. So Alethea, that's her name. Yeah, so those are effectively minions of evil, which even have Woe's abominations. And Woe is actually pretty cool units. The elves can get those in the regular campaigns. Not in the Heir to the Throne, but in the regular games, the elves have access to those, and they're pretty damn cool. They have regeneration and all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, there we are. There we are again. Now we need to defeat the Great Druid, which I would suppose has an own unit. It is level 4. Yikes. Okay, having engaged in a lifetime of study, practice and meditation, the end result of the druidic path is impressive. The Great Druid, despite his age, is as agile as any fighter. He has increased power with the forces of nature, and he is nearly immune to most magical attacks. His connection with the life force has become so complete that, like a rose, the Great Druid regenerate each round. Like all forms of power, however, the magic of the Druid can be turned to ends both positive or negative. So, this guy, he has ambush, because he needs to be more powerful. Then we have those cultists here. The cult will never part with the lost secrets. Okay, so those guys have magical attacks and they can petrify. Okay. I'm not sure I like that. I'm totally not sure I like that. But let's just recall our units here. We want the Druid, definitely. Luckily we have some more healers now. Although Alindra is not exactly the greatest at healing. I'll just recall everything we can. And unlike last time, I will not try to move forward too far. So we'll try to get them probably around this forest here. Not with you. You go in the back. Can you take this village? I'm half tempted to have them actually... Let's just check how much they can move. Yeah, we can safely move to this village for now. Let's not move Sion. We do need him after all. We do need him. I won't recall anything else because I pretty much can't. And there we go. End the turn. He is going to recruit even more units, and I think I'm going to wait with moving in. So we'll kind of have them come to us. And we'll try to ward them off at the edge of the forest here. Okay, so you will level up for sure. Probably want to move Bink away. Okay, nothing happens here. I was just making sure that no event triggers there and screws us over. There was a chance of that happening. There was a fair chance of that happening, in fact. So I'm glad it didn't happen. Put up a trap here. I really like the Elvish Rangers. Let's get some scouts going now. We'll try to take as many villages as possible. These guys. So 3 scouts will do for now. And let's get another archer going. And then we will wait. I don't want to stay within the range of those guys. So we won't go here. And instead we'll just... there goes the ambush. In case you don't know, ambush basically means the unit loses all of its turns. That was very, very short-lived. What the hell? Where'd that guy come from? Do they spawn randomly, or did this guy have like some ambush skills? Oh, Night Stalk. Okay, he's invisible at night. Great. Just what I needed. We also really have to make sure Bink doesn't die on us, so that's just great. Okay, can you take... You can take a village. Please do so. And we'll probably have you just move there. Okay, let's fight them. And fight them. Okay, Bink, you have to do this. He can't really do that. Okay, first of you will just attack that. And we can go all in here. So we'll do the high damage skills. Because we will get the level up here. And this is actually a desirable result, because now we get to kill this with a unit that needs it. For example, Lindra. She would also get... half time to the save scum here. Lindra's level 1, so if you move the captain over here, then do this. Oh, come on! Was it really that much to ask of you? Ugh, they have poison. To be honest, I think they're a bit overpowered here. Although in some cases it also seems I'm just too bad at the game, and it kind of expects you to bring in more leveled up units, and I just don't have those, so actually we'll move Pink away here. I can't afford losing him. Again. Something tells me he will score all 4 hits here. Don't forget to recruit. We want some fighters and some archers and some more fighters. Okay. Right, off you go. I don't think this guy's gonna survive. Strong hunch. Although he was doing quite well. He was putting up quite a show. Yeah, I kind of expected that. So we'll go back to turn 3. The useless elf should pretty much aim better. Oh, we're going to change the plan here. Because I want to get rid of the level 3 unit first and foremost. Like so. Okay, now... I don't want to expose any of those. I think that one's a given. We have to do that. I'm afraid this one could also work. I say I'm afraid. I'm not afraid it could work. I hope it will work. So if we attack now like so. That was unimpressive to say the least. How much defense does this guy have here? 40%. yet he still dodged almost everything we threw at him. That is Battle for Wesnoth for you. As you can see, I'm not entirely sure how to pull this off. Does Galamir have leadership? No. So if we do this... Oh, so this guy has leadership as well. That's not good. That is so not good. If we put a Lindra here... Or we put a Druid there. Slow him down. Slow him down. You go there and do some small amount of healing. Actually, it would have been probably a smart idea to put a Lithiel. Well, not that smart. To put a Lithiel there. Don't risk the Wisp. Instead, take over a city with him. And then crank out some more fighters and hope for the best. That's essentially all I'm doing here. I'm hoping for the best. Now, I'm not exactly the best at hoping for the best, because as you can see here, I'm quite wasteful with my units. I could probably use them way better, because I'm keeping most of them in the forest here, but I do believe that if I keep them in the open here, they'll just get butchered. I'm kind of hoping I can distract him to an extent with the scout. I could put Sion out there as well. I'm not sure what that will achieve. I mean, it's better than leaving him in here. But he can't really attack because he's important. I can't leave him exposed. This is actually already going a bit better than before. Because he really seems to dislike those scouts. And for some reason this one scout there is doing really well at dodging shit. That's also the beauty of the game. It's kind of like a roguelike in that regard, where you basically you have runs that go really well, and then you have the opposite runs where you just get curb stomped at every possible occasion. Okay, something we probably don't want is to let this druid get anywhere near the forest. Also, let's just check the status table here. He has no gold left, so he can't recruit any more troops. As long as we can keep these guys busy, and I trust we can actually, let's pull you back. And we'll probably just send this fighter in here. It was nice knowing you. Good luck out there. Godspeed. Okay, yeah, this guy's probably boned. And not in the fun way. But on the bright side, if we actually get a kill here, we will pretty much level up instantly. Okay, Bink. That's too risky. I don't want to risk that. We'll probably start by moving you out, so this guy can move in there. That may be a waste. I think I'll go with this. because that was the easiest kill. Okay, now this guy is only level 1, so he is kinda running low on funds. Which does in fact work in our favor quite a lot. Okay, this is level 2 unit. Not too sturdy. We might actually be able to kill him with this. If we get to score 2 hits. I guess I have to risk it anyway. Well, at least nobody killed anyone, but it's still not quite the result we needed. There we go, that's 1 kill. Can I have... I still don't want to risk that. We have a pretty high defense here. Actually, we have to. We have to risk it. Bink, don't let me down. Bink? Blink, sorry. Why did I say Bink? Could have told you I was doing that wrong. I'm not sure what happens if I address a wisp wrong, but control is not pleasant. Of course the elf doesn't hit. Oh, of course she does actually. Haha, nice. Very well done, elf. We'll take another village. I mean, it won't do much for us as it is right now. Although it often helps to just explore the map because, for example, such places here sometimes are worth exploring and do grant you random fun things. Like units or what have you. Okay, now, how do we achieve this? I mean, this guy needs to die. He needs to die right away. Those guys are only level 1, so Sion actually has a chance of surviving that. We'll go Arcane on those. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I think we got out on top of this round. The question is, can I think I can afford moving out here. Because those guys are just level 1. That was almost precisely what I wanted. That was exactly what I wanted. Now Lindra is her own unit type with 5 positive levels of advancement. Her role is magic user. Yes, very nice. So she is now a well, level 2 Lindra. It's just like Pokemon, isn't it? I'm sorry. I had to. You know I had to. It's a shame Lethal can't properly camouflage in the forests. Okay, we need to put you right there. Now this is actually can we undo that? I believe it might be better to put you there, just to shield that fighter a bit better. We might still lose this guy, but at least we won't lose the weaker unit. I know, priorities. Let's just end the turn here. Okay, Druid is legging it, which is not good. I would have actually been really happy if this guy had survived, but we are still okay. We are still doing reasonably fine, okay? How many turns do we still have? Plenty. Okay, that's level 1. We probably want to take out the level 2 person. Good, 60% hit chance, at least it worked this time. Wow, this guy is really resistant against magic. Or we just have a... Okay, we have a pretty pathetic attack as well, but seriously, wow. Yeah. 20%. Okay, yeah, it is pretty weak against those. What are you? You're level 2. It stopped recruiting, so that's good. That works for us. Let's move here. It's actually something that I really like to do, exploring the map and see what the level has to offer for you. Can either of you reach that? No. Good, we'll just go there then. And take the vision next turn. Kind of want to see what those do. Sometimes they also give you like an extra option to win and some extra ways to defeat like a boss. Which in this case would be very much appreciated, considering we have to fight a level 4 unit with troops that are not quite level 4. We now have a bit of the advantage because we're still somewhat united while he is mostly scattered. So right now we need to actually capitalize on that. I would like to start capitalizing by making sure this guy will snuff it. Probably have to move the captain in there as well. That was all. How did you make the rank of captain? Seriously, that was hideous. Okay, we'll just go in here. We'll have to. Probably move you back. Only one place for now. I'm not sure where I'll place the healers next turn. I mean, I guess one of you will go there. Fairy fire that. Oh, why do I even bother? Now you could probably do very well at slowing this guy down a notch. The best damage is, after all, damage you don't receive. Well, statistics would have said we would have at least one of those. We still have a chance. Let's see the damage calculations here. So he has only about 1 in 4 chance of making it out alive. And for once it actually worked. I just wanted to point that out here. It's kind of rare that things actually work. As sad as that is. Can this... He can't, okay. That is good for us. And now that he only has a 3-2 attack, the things look much friendlier. Could even go in with this one here. I am more tempted to move in Galomir. Okay, that means pretty much nothing. Sion over there. And we'll just put that fighter over there. Oh, no, we actually won't. We need to put him over here. Which means he won't get healing, but at least it will shield this archer from this fellow here. Who is intelligent and quick, so he might catch on that there is something exposed there. Okay, make sure the scouts have moved. We will have our blood. Oh great, he gets some more stuff there. I was hoping it was actually retreating. Oh, I expected that. And I hate it when the game does that. They just receive random and pretty strong units. I mean, those are actually... Okay, they don't seem to have the ambush skill anymore, which is at least something positive. Okay, can you snipe that guy? Could you at least try? Okay, that went well. Move the fight over there. And now my wonderful advantage of having the jump on an isolated druid is gone. Isn't that great? What will that do? Nothing. Great. What does that do? Nothing. It was worth a try. Okay, we'll leave a fighter over there and hope that'll do. Now we need to move people away from this. Also, this archer was injured, which does not help us, because it means we have to wait another turn. Okay, Alindra, can you... Actually, no. We'll do that with you first. No, we won't. We'll have you attack first. With your bow. That was awful. That was absolutely awful. I actually wanted to have Alindra do some healing over there, Lithiel. I suppose that'll have to do now. I was about to say at least she gains some experience that way, but she doesn't. She's not hitting shit. Okay, we also don't have money for another unit, so that is quite a bummer for us. Also, does he really need loyal units? He already has all the advantage. He just got 3 level 2 units just for free. Okay, not 3 of them. He got a Cultist Acolyte. But then he got 3 units. That's annoying enough. Okay. We do need some healing up here. I don't want to risk that. Actually, wait a minute. No, we can risk that. I would be tempted to save here, just for the sake of having a save game, but things worked out this time. So we can actually now move everybody who needs healing to where they can get healing. Not sure how to proceed with this village here. I could probably send Blink and the Elvish Fighter here. But I do want my Sharpshooter on the around when I raid the Great Druid's altar thing. I was not sure if this... Okay, apparently this does count as a fortification. That's something I would have liked to know. It would be nice if those fields would be marked somehow, so I could see how many units, or I can plan with how many units you can recruit each turn. Also, what's the status saber doing here? Yeah, he got a hefty amount of gold. And 3 units, and he now has an income again. So we do need to take some villagers off of him. We need those villagers. I'll start with that one. Because that should knock his income back to 0. Check the status table here. Yeah, income plus 0. That is because each village gives you 1 gold, and on top of that, it supports 1 unit. So it basically pays the upkeep for 1 unit. So you gain 2 gold out of it. Upkeep for units is, I think, 1 per level, or 1 gold per level. So a level 0 unit will not cost you anything, which is great. But it also won't do too much for you in terms of combat abilities. Oh, you cheeky bastard. I know where this is going. Yeah. Apparently the Rose Abomination does have the ambush skill. Again, because they need more advantages here. On the bright side, we should be able to hold them off on this the river. Put them here. Can we bait them into attacking us there? Would prefer that, to be honest. Okay, these guys have moved. This guy has moved. Everybody has moved here. Yeah, you got quite the jump on us there. Seriously, he got another one of those. Yeah, he's pretty easy to defend as long as he's standing in the water, so... The plan is to basically fortify on where the enemy was fortified first, and then just essentially take out most of his troops. Although I suppose the taking out most of his troops spot was pretty much clear from the get-go. We can put this... right, he has those ridiculous defense, those ridiculous resistances. Be not too bad. 9-3 would be even better, though. However, entangling also seems really worth it. We'll go with the Fairy Fire, because that'll knock him down a bit. He has Draining. Ugh. That won't quite do. I'm hoping that's the only abomination he got. Otherwise, Elithiel might be kind of doomed. I'm also wondering why he didn't attack the scout when he had the chance. I was wondering what I'm teaching those scouts, because apparently archery is not among the skills they are being taught. Wow, we have so many skills here. Go with sword. I just want to pick something that is very likely to get him. Probably want you to stay there. I should not have moved. Actually, we'll move you there. No, we'll not. We'll sacrifice this elvish hero here, most likely. It's gotta be a noble sacrifice, mind you, but it's probably going to still be a sacrifice after all. Okay, Blink did some pretty amazing work there. Probably not enough, though. If we move this guy back, he can't be reached, so this is reasonably safe for now. I want to move this guy in. Yeah, right here should be fine. Okay, anyone else we can move? No. We also don't have the money to do anything else, so we'll just skip the turn here. Skip. I'm gonna end it. Just end it here. Yes, some more dodging would be greatly appreciated. And this is actually a case where I don't want my units to necessarily kill the enemy, because killing the enemy means they will have a new space to put a unit, which is not quite what I want them to do. I'm not sure what moving around achieved there. I suppose he's in a better position to attack me with another unit now. Okay, we'll start off with that. Blink, do the thing. Great work. Okay. Now let's just do this. Place you there. So. Probably won't attack those guys. I mean, the ones in the water are the safest bets for us. This guy has not hit any attacks, or has missed most of his attacks ever since he got promoted, I think. Just something I want to point out here. Reach us. We would have to be careful here. Garlemir is fairly injured. I can't move the druid away there. Really can't. Wonderful work there. We can actually bait the next one over. Okay, nothing left to do here. Move it. To be fair, if this guy dies, he had it coming. Oh, now he's hitting stuff. Yeah, I should have thought about that earlier. On the bright side, since we lost the level 2 unit, we actually make more money now. So that's level 2, so we can just get a new ranger here. Let's get a ranger. That's good. Garlemir. Could you kill it? Thank you. Much obliged. Those like so. It's a shame the arcane sword doesn't have a higher hit chance as well. Okay, just hit him. We will most likely kill it this turn, so we can go all in here. Good. We'll put that archer there, just to have it there, you know. Okay, now how far can you move? You can move there. I guess we'll bait him. As long as it's one-on-one, we have a reasonable chance of winning this. As soon as we, of course, surpass the one-on-one situation, we may be in trouble. Also, 100 XP, that's quite a lot for a level 1 unit, so I think we can expect quite a lot from the next greater Will-O-Wisp. I believe he's getting those for free. I don't even want to know how many of those are still somewhere hidden. I mean, I kind of want to know how many of those are still hidden, because then I'd know how many of those are still hidden and willing to give me nasty surprises. Great. Level 3. Ooh, nice. We actually get a new sprite now. Sion has gained leadership level 3 ability. Okay. So that's kind of nice. Does not seem like we get a new description every time. It would have been nice to actually gain like like to have either Sion or Galamir actually as an archer, not as a fighter. I suppose it's okay. I mean, it's just like a minor nitpick I have. Nothing really serious that I'm like unhappy about it with this campaign or anything. It's just something very, very minor. We can ambush him. Do I want to? I don't think I want to ambush him here. Just not a fan of my chances there. I'm actually hoping we'll get this scenario done in this during this session, which as usual is going to go until let's not do that. As usual, I'm going to stream until 1, so we still have a bit more than an hour to go, which is plenty of time to actually get a scenario done. We're halfway in turn-wise, which is okay. I might want to extract Blink there. Well, you're back to full health, so you might want to go in there, and you might want to go out there. How far can this guy move? Very, very far. Put him there. Yeah, that'll be safe. That's risky. Put the druid into safety. Someone else next to it. I'm also hoping that my wonderful ISP does not mess up again and cut my connection again. They were kind of... Let's undo that. We'll keep the marksman around just in case. Yeah, my ISP was a bit dodgy during my last live streams. They were actively being dodgy. There was just some weird error going on when they would cut the connection at 12 PM for many users. I checked it. So I was not the only one. It was not just like my router was resetting itself or anything. It was actually... It hasn't done it in ages. I remember when I first got internet in my... Not first, it was actually in my second apartment. Actually, third, to be honest. Yeah, it was the third one, which I had with my girlfriend back then. My internet would always cut out at, I think, 1 PM in the winter time and 2 PM in the summertime. No, AM. AM, not PM, AM, during the summer. Which I know I would be supposed to be sleeping by those times, but I wasn't, so I noticed it. And that was just because the router, it was kind of a hard setting. It was just set to do that for whatever reason, just to refresh the connection. And I don't think it's that again, because, as I said, it hasn't done that in, like, years. So I don't think it's all of a sudden necessary again to do that. At least I would be hard-pressed to believe such a statement. Yeah. Okay, let's actually do that. Let's go with the arcane bow, because get chances, you know. Okay. also need a new Elvish captain, so the next fighter who gets promoted will probably attain the rank of captain, no matter if they want to or not. Risky. Risky move, I know. But someone has to do it. At least we'll ensnare the thing. I guess we might as well. Alright, we fought already here. Don't see any other green points, so... green dots, rather. Yeah, don't kill that one, please. I would also like to retain this Elvish fighter. Just saying. It would be nice to keep him around. And we can almost get to the Druid. Isn't that wonderful? I mean, he would probably obliterate us if we were to attack him right now, but we could attack him. So it's like, we're at check. Not checkmatey, but check. Checkmate, not checkmatey. Be very parity. Let's kill that. Getting Lithiel some experience here. She does need it after all. Okay, we can take the village and attack, which is always a very, very convenient combination. There are very few occasions in which you don't want to do that, actually. There are some, I'll give you that, there are some occasions in which you definitely don't want to attack. Yeah, that works. If we're lucky, he will actually move out to attack us. Okay, do that. There we go, nicely done. Ah, damn it. I forgot this one. Yeah, that one's on me. It's always when part of battle happens way out of the view of the rest. I just tend to forget it. I know some of you are probably screaming at the screens right now, and I am sorry about that. Come on, Blink. There you go. Good Will-O-Wisp. I guess we'll just attack that. Some of that. Okay. Let's get into position here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm not happy with that because we do need to score quite a few hits now. Okay, we'll start off like with this one here. Because 19 times... yeah, that's definitely less than 48, it's 38, so we will take a heavy beating. But so will he. He actually missed one of his lightnings. Now I was going all in. Ah, successful. Great. And so you die, Servant of Evil. 40 gold, woohoo! I'll just drink something quickly. while everybody is converging on the fortress. Is there no end to the treachery of humans? The world is a darker place than ever it was before. Gone is the armor of men. They are little better than orcs, sacrificing one another to gods that do not even exist. What then has been the good of guarding the stone all these years? Could it be that the stone has no influence on the world at all? That's what Kilrian said before he heard Mother. That the power of the stone was superstition. But it's not true. I do not think it true either. I cannot allow myself to believe that all we have done for the last 1,000 years has been a lie. It hasn't been a lie, Galamir. But we're still to blame for what has happened to the world. What? Princess, how can you say that? Would you slander your own people? We were the ones who decided to abandon the world, when we should have brought the light of the stone to it. That's why it was given to us, not so we could use it for ourselves in our Amaranthine. We should have stayed. We should have fought the evil in the world and not run from it. I ran once, and I promised myself I will never do it again, and I won't. Can we go now, please? This place just makes me sad. I'm all for going, but it seems you are right, sister. How so? The princess is no ordinary child. Perhaps not, but even the Wisp friend cannot fight the world alone. She still needs our help. Our path from here goes ever south until we reach Karesh and Kar. Farinil Forest shall be our next stop. Come, let us be gone. Let us be gone indeed. Kinda bummed about his last fighter we lost, but I guess it had to be. So let's end the scenario here. And we still have 1 hour to go. Isn't that great? So we'll probably get quite a nice camp this time. The Hollow Hills. That does sound like either we're going about against dwarves or more undead. This place is so beautiful. That it is. It's called Farinil Forest, or at least it was. It was once one of the great centers of Elvendom, and it is the place of my birth. I wonder what we shall find here now. Do you think any of our folk remain? Perhaps. Not all of our people heeded the call to return to Amaranthine. Return? I thought they found it there. Oh, look at that! Elves. Did you see that? I did. It seems that our question is answered, Sion. But why did he run into that cave? Oi! What the hell are you? Long has it been since we have seen any of our kind. Tell me, where have you come from? Are there others? Xerxes, do you not recognize me? Galamir? Is it truly you? It is. We have come from Amaranthine. Where is Queen Ayala? Why is she not among you? My mother is dead, Galamir, slain by goblins. It is I who lead our people now. Dead? This is terrible news. So it is, and mayhap she would not be, had you not deserted us. Death of Queen Ayala brings me no happiness, Xerxes. Yet it was she who decided to ignore the call to Amaranthine. I bear no shame for my actions. I forgave you long ago, Galamir, though my mother never did. But let us be gone from here. The forest is unsafe at night. Okay. Let's read your description. A Farinil Shide? Alright, that's the Shide from the Farinil Forest, I suppose. I know the Elven Shide is one of the units that you get when you level up a druid to level 3 or so. It's pretty high, pretty strong. Elves living underground? It is not natural. And what choice have we? We grow fewer each year, and fell creatures have overrun our lands. The hollow hills are the only place we are safe. Now, Galamir, tell me, what brings the elves of Amaranthine from their hiding hole? Why have you come, and who are these with you? Oh, an underground lake. Blue? Is that you? My name's Sesha. What's your name? Alethea. Getting voices mixed up now. It's kind of bad. Alethea. That's a pretty name. Who's Velu? She was a friend of mine. You look like her. That's racist. Not all sea people look alike. You were friends with a mermaid. Yes, best friends. We were born on the same day. She taught me how to swim. I'm good at swimming. That's great dialogue there. See? Yes, you're a very good swimmer. Maybe we could... Okay, I'll just ignore that, okay? I'm not sure that would be a good idea. Why not? Because all the people who were my friends and have hurt are dead. Oh. If we become friends, I promise not to die. You can't promise that, Sesha. No one can. Ah, there you are, princess. You must not wander, at least not alone. I'm sorry, Sion. I did not mean to worry you. Queen Xerxes calls for you. She wishes to meet you. Alright, let's go. So, this is the Princess of Amaranthine, heiress to the Temple of the Stone. They tell me you are a wisp friend. Yes, your highness. What is your name, child? Elithiel, your highness. But I'm not a child. Perhaps not. I know full well what the world has become. To have survived the journey here at all, even with your companions, is no small feat. Tell me, Prince Elithiel, I have asked your companions to aid us. What think you of this? Aid you? How? Foul creatures of darkness have taken from us what is rightfully ours, just as the drakes have taken that which is rightfully yours. You know about that? Your companions have told me everything. My people saw a party of drakes, not more than 10 days ago, flying south. This dark prince, Ashrel, his name we have heard as well, on the lips of goblin captives before we killed them. Many of their kind have already gone to join him. Never before have their numbers been so few in our forest. In the ruins of the old human citadel in the forest, there dwells an ogre. Ozorg he is called. It is he who leads those who have remained. Princess Elithiel, I appeal to you, as one highborn to another, aid us. Join your forces to ours, and together, surely we shall prevail against the ogre and his minions. Help us regain what is ours by right. Your Highness, if it were my decisions to make, I would say yes, but Sion is the leader of our quest. Sion, our mission is important, but these are our people. I think it would be better to help them, yes. I mean, why wouldn't we? Right? Why wouldn't we help them? It will also appear the stream health just gone to yellow, which is something I don't know. The elves of Amaranthine would never turn their backs on their own kind. We will fight with you. Your valor brings honor to Amaranthine, Sion. Let us begin. Sesha, come out. I see you hiding there. Yes, your highness. Sesha, go to your people. Tell them that we go to war with Ozorg and his goblins. at once, Queen Xerxes. There's actually a really cool campaign, which is essentially focusing about the sea people, where you actually have to control the sea people. Who will control? I'm half tempted to say I will, because then I know they will not mess it up. Well, they might still mess it up, but they will not mess it up that hard. I will control the Pharaoh elves, please. Come on, Blink. Let's go get some goblins. Blink does not seem to be impressed. Okay, so defeat Ozark, and we must not lose any elven hero. They really did have some convenient caves in there. So there is a goblin boss with a bunch of pillagers. Now those can slow down, which is rather annoying. If we also get to control the merman hunters here, just check the colors quickly, it will not appear like we can. It's also nice to see that now they are marking those spots here, I think those marked positions with the circle and the swords basically mean that that is considered a fortress. So you can recruit from there. Okay, we still see on the map, which is very, very nice. There is Ozark. What's over here? Ragdish. Okay. Oh well. I know I'm going to regret this, but this does not seem to be as brutally hard as the last one, where they swarmed you with a bunch of very, 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 very strong units at the start. And again, they might still do that, so who am I to judge? But we are getting in with a fair amount of money, so we'll try to recruit a bunch. I was actually hoping we'd get access to the sea people, because having those mermen and mermen and mermaids is actually quite an asset. Take the village. I'm not sure how we best achieve a reasonable okay, you can't recall. You can recruit. Oh wow, you can't recruit Jack. So I guess we'll just move you there and there. But we can, if worst comes to worst, we can actually just move the Shide over here. I believe she can actually fly, so no, it's unwalkable. But this one clearly can fly. Also, that's something here. Devotion to the path of fairy may eventually transform an elf maid into a creature of both worlds. Guided by power which is little understood, these beautiful stewards of the elven forest epitomize the grace and mystery of their people. So yeah, I think that's actually level 3 of the druids. Let's just check that quickly. Unit description. Yep, that's now know that the Faranil Shide is something different than the Elven Shide, which is weird to say the least. Okay, we also get control of those guys here, so let's take over those villages. It's actually a clever idea to put that there, so we actually always have a few villages that are easy to capture, and I wonder what's in here. I mean, this is kind of a bad position for us, because this is essentially free to take for the enemy. So I suppose they will pretty much probably distribute this among themselves, which will be annoying for us. Okay, any other units we've forgotten here? Would not seem so, so let's end the turn. What the hell is that? Goblin arrow. I'm gonna check that because I don't know this unit. I mean, you know me by now. I love looking into the units that have been made up by the campaign creators and then seeing what they came up with. Ooh, lots of wolves. I don't like those because they're really, really fast. Where were they? Here. Goblin arrows. The second stage of the Goblin Archer is much like the first. Not being a particularly intelligent race, the Goblin Arrow has progressed somewhat, but is not a particularly deadly archery unit. They do like the word particular. Oh, okay, Goblin Darts we haven't seen, but we have seen a fire bow. Okay. It's technically not a fire bow, but a fire arrow, but I guess we won't get into technicalities here. Okay, now how do we best achieve that? That's a shame, but nothing I didn't expect. Now we get a level up. So Gardomir has leveled up and he has not learned anything new. It was a shame. Would have been nice to get him some new tricks. Okay, we'll leave everything there as is. And now for those. Try to secure that river. It'd be kind of nice to move her there, I guess. Yeah, she's still safe. So we want to secure the river and probably distribute some troops along that edge. Further scouts to move over to this side of the river and take whatever villages is there to be found. Now, just move all the units we just recruited. And we'll also probably move Sion now, because there's not much you can do over there. And with 5 levels of advancement, it certainly pays off to have them move out as quick as possible. Probably get some more archers and one more fighter. And off you go, Sion. Okay. Now I don't think those goblins will pose too much of a threat to us, because we should be able to outclass them quite significantly. And we should also be able to outnumber them by a decent margin, so yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. In fact, if we move this wonderful lady here towards the river, we can actually move her to this keep and then just try to get things going from there. And this is when I'm being told, yeah, everything outside of this cave will collapse and she will die, or she has to return to that cave or something. The game does pull it every now and then. I remember there being one scenario in, I forgot which campaign it was, but I think it was the it was a Dwarven campaign, I'm not sure. I think it could be the Hammer of Thurs again. Yeah, that was stupid of you, mate. I wouldn't have done that, to be fair. I mean, he had him in a village, and he had him reasonably safe in that village, surrounded by water. That's a perfect place for a sea folk guard, essentially. And he could have done great in there, just trying to fend off enemies. But now that they're on the land, and this is swamp, it's okay. It still counts as water. They have a pretty high defense there. I'm hoping this purple player is not going to be too much trouble. I'm a bit worried because he can essentially take over all those villages, and there's not too much I can do about it. Okay. Now ideally you want to take out this guy with melee attacks, so he doesn't web us too heavy. But since that's not necessarily possible, yeah, it's probably not going to be possible. How do we best go about this now? Oh, you can do that. Yeah, that works. Okay, did we have... We do have... Gonna hope they don't have alligators again. Which was kind of a dick move last time. Thank you for that, game. Or even more woes, abominations and whatnot. And I know there's always like a huge margin of trust I'm putting into the game to not pull like some terrible asinine move on me and tell me, yeah, you know what? I just get 3 alligators and remember that hero you placed in the water? It's not so safe now. Fun times. Fun times. But just to make that perfectly clear, I do enjoy this game greatly. Even with all its horrible moves, and I think that's the sign of a great game. Yes, you hate it every now and then for just the audacity of what it did. But it also makes it up to you somehow later on. You just have that amazing run where everything works, and then also those campaigns. I mean, those storylines are pretty much great most of the time. That's something I want to point out. I want to point out. The people who make those campaigns put a lot of effort into that, and I gotta admit I don't know who made this campaign. But if you're watching this, actually no, don't do that. If you're watching this, thank you for that hard work. It's an amazing campaign. I'm enjoying it a great deal. Although I believe the writing could be. I mean, granted, there's one dialogue with the Elithiel and that mermaid there. That was a bit cringy. You didn't have to leave that in. But most of the other stuff is fine. I mean, of course you have your typical fantasy tropes and cliches and stuff in there, but it's a fantasy game, so it goes. And also, I wouldn't think that many of those people were professional writers or anything, so again, I'm very forgiving in that regard. At least I try to be. Also, for elves who have survived a long time apparently fighting, although probably hiding, they do have very few high-level units. I mean, they have this queen here, which we might want to use sparingly. Oh, you can only recruit archers now. Isn't that wonderful? Which we might want to use really carefully, because I don't know if we get to keep those units or not. I mean, chances are we won't. Is that? No, it's not Ozok. Yeah, this guy's doomed. He was there more as bait, to be honest. That one, not so much. That one can survive if possible. Although I don't expect it. But she did, which is nice. I'll take it. I hope this guy gets back. Yeah, I think he should have left those in the It would have been nice if those had stayed in the river as kind of permanent obstacle or semi-permanent obstacles. Or if we could actually gain access to those sea people. I actually have to say the timeline of Wesnoth is kind of interesting as well. I mean, some of the stuff is like non-canonical. Non-canonic? What's the proper term for that? Because, of course, if everybody is allowed to chime in and write his own stories, then not everything will make the cut. And I think that's reasonable. I mean, you don't have to put every cringeworthy bit of campaign, every self-insert fan fiction, although there's probably not that much of that around in Wesnoth. But not everything has to be in the official canon for the game. I'll take that. Should have actually done it with the archer. There. Could actually move in there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do just that. We need those level ups after all. Some free experience. Nice. Now I know I should not get carried away too much. Or at all. Which is very, very difficult when you actually have kind of a run and when you actually have like a lot of when you have a good position and you've killed a lot of units. It's very easy to get carried away and I just think, okay, yeah, I can move this one further and this one, and then I can go this one, and you end up taking more risks than you should. And I'm probably already kind of pushing it. Let's not move too far in here, but this is just too tempting. Okay. Let's move those guys up. Tempting, but this is risky. Not too much. Yeah, that was fine. Whenever sharpshooters level 3 units are definitely very, very good, no matter which race and which stuff. If it's level 3, it's generally good. And it can, or most of them can actually very easily wipe out a level 1 unit with very little issues. I guess we'll attack this guy. Or this guy. Let's go for this one. This might actually work as a bait as well. We'll most certainly attack the range attack there. Okay, you can recruit an archer. Now I probably want to move Xerxes definitely towards the front, because she is a great healer as well. I mean, you see how useful the druids are, and the shards are just even better druids, so there's little reason to not use them. Probably not even attack here, because attacking means you will take damage, and if we attacked, we would be standing in a very exposed position again. And as we've all learned, putting your people in an exposed position is not healthy for those people. it's basically their death sentence. So there we go. End the turn. I was about to say he does the smart thing and moves away, but no, he moves in for the kill. Which, well, he moves in for a kill he can't attain. There was no way this one would have killed the enemy. That's actually something that that keeps the game reliable and that keeps the game predictable. There is no critting. I mean, it's essentially if you hit all of your, say, 4 attacks, and that's kind of the crit. That's your maximum. I don't really know what the maximum damage is. There's no like, yeah, this was a very good attack. It did triple damage. Go figure. Because that would be horrible. If there actually were those such critical attacks that just dealt triple damage, quadruple damage, or whatever, it would make the game ridiculously unbalanced. Because that way you can always say, okay, there's a min and max. At worst you do 0 damage, and at max you hit all your attacks, and you always know how much damage that will be. So you even have this little tool that does the statistics for you. This little button that says, yeah, you have this and that chance to make it out with this and that much health. So that keeps I think that's part of the enjoyment of the game, because you always have this, you know how much you can get, you know what you can achieve. Whether or not you'll do that is on another page, but you always know how much you can do and how far you can go damage-wise. I just think that's really cool. Nice, we didn't even get hit there. Granted, we also didn't hit too much, but we did not get hit, and that's something. Perfect. And there we have a new Elvish captain. Wonderful, isn't it? Okay. This one. 2 hits, all we need. Great. Anyone close to level up? Not really. Do I want to do that? Probably don't. Actually, I do. Let's go with it. Okay, now we'll put Sion over there. I'm not sure why it tells me to use the arcane sword, because those are both identical, but we'll go with the arcane one. Just because we can, essentially. I really don't have any other reason, just because I can. I wish I could have attacked him from down there. It would have actually been smarter to move to use that. The other guy there. And by the other guy, I mean the... Come on, kill it already! To have used this guide for the wolf, and then this guy for this archer, because I would have benefited of Sion's leadership. Yeah, you're always smart afterwards. That's kind of the quintessence of the entire game. You're always smarter afterwards. You can always say, yeah, I should have done that, and I could have done that, and this would have been the better idea. Yes, it would have been, but I should have just done it. You know, would have, could have, kind of useless. Rather, worthless. There's no merit in it. Okay, this guy will stay. I think this guy will stay as well, because there is a wolf rider approaching. This guy won't stay, he will cheese it. Sorry, mermen. But no, we're not gonna stay. This is not happening. Risky, risky. Also not really worth it. So we'll just stand there, I guess. Oh wow, can't the elves swim or anything? Apparently they can't. Also, I believe I did not have... Oh wow, they're actually recruiting, I can't believe that. I believe I don't have a Settlers 2 episode for today, so I'm gonna give you that next week. Thing is, I really want to get my thesis done by Monday, and by done I mean I want to get the text mostly done so I can throw it at my supervisor. And I want to have it completely done by Friday, because then I can print it and throw it at the copy shop for binding, which is actually a requirement. The university has mandated that the thesis has to be handed in bound, so it looks nicely in that. And I have to do that, and it takes a day. Also quite a lot of money, which is something I'm not exactly thrilled about, because I have to pay that. But yeah, it takes a day, and since I have to hand it in on Monday, I do need to have it done by Friday. Okay, we could tank that one ogre, but not quite the other units behind that ogre, so we're not gonna bother. Also, wow, I think Ganymede learned ambushing, which may come in handy if we put him there. That druid over there. Okay, now probably want to just throw Sion over there, because I believe we can take this goblin without too much fuss. And we can give the experience to one of our less experienced units, which is something I would find probably desirable. I mean, they need the experience. And there is still a lot of stuff to kill for us later on, so why bother? We'll put that there. Downside of attacking leaders in their actual castles is, of course, that they do benefit from the defense bonuses, which can be quite substantial. I mean, you've seen that there. It was, I think he has 60%, not 70, 60%, which is still a lot. I mean, that means we only have a 40% chance of hitting the thing. So, yeah, you can do the math on your own, right? It's not much of a chance. We did fight with this one. Oh, that's level 2-1. There is an upgrade of those, I think, Terror Wolf or so, which is essentially, it has a toxic attack as well, which is something I was afraid this one would have, but it didn't, thankfully. Okay, can we take this one out? It's gonna be a struggle. Sears is there. And that one archer who may or may not ever make it to the battlefield. I think that's actually all we have here. Oh no, we still have those two guys, which I suppose will help out here. I mean, this is still free experience, because there's no risk involved for us. That's risky. I might have to do a bit of a switcheroo there. Just move those guys around, so that one will always be in the village, and able to recover at least a bit of his health. Right, I forgot he can recruit. Something that's actually really fair about this game is that a freshly recruited unit, no matter how strong, cannot fight in that same turn. I'm hoping we can save this one because it's a loyal unit, which means we may actually get him. Actually, we will still have to keep him alive. That's what the little crown there says. I almost took a risk too much here. I believe that's what it means. Might just be that this is a loyal unit and you want to keep it around. But you don't have to. Loyal units are very often, I mean in the vast majority of cases, they are quest relevant or plot relevant. And they're just given the loyal trait because they will level up and so they don't cost too much money. And in general, desirable to keep them around, but some loyal units are actually just not not as vital as you'd think. So they can actually die, and you're not. I mean, you are penalized somehow because you will lose a good unit. Also, some quest points may resolve differently, which is kind of an interesting thing in my opinion. I mean, you know me so far. I like those kinds of things. Let's not do that. Let's go with this one. Because the counterattack hits less. Woohoo! 10 gold. That'll keep us sorted with our minus 64. 46. I can't do numbers now. I just can't, okay? That was anticlimactic. Okay. Put you there. Ooh, arcane bow. Do that. If there is no resistance, you'll generally want to do this attack. It's a rule of thumb. Let's keep that with another unit. I believe goblins have quite a substantial defense in the forest as well, so it does make sense. Yikes, those guys are very resilient. I don't think it would be a good idea to take that, or to put someone like this sharpshooter into the village itself. That might be an absolutely horrible idea. Okay, now this... Alright, those two don't belong to that side. Totally forgot. I guess we'll have you support that. Okay, that was that one. I was expecting the ranger to be able to move a bit further. We can still make this work. This one is not a vital unit. He will have to last there for a moment. Oh, actually, no, this is just a loyal unit. I noticed the silvery... I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but the silvery crown thing means this is a vital unit, and crest relevant, and must not die, and then the coppery, bronzish... small crown just means, yeah, these guys are loyal, but you don't have to keep them around if you don't want to. Like, if you want to lose a good unit, then you as well drop them. Great. I was going to actually praise him for that valiant defense, which, yeah, no, I'm not going to do anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. Will that be too risky? It might be. No, that should be fine. But I think I want to slow that ogre down. Sadly, it's stated that I want to do that, as I obviously did not achieve any slowdown. I think it's actually, we're in a good position to end the video later. We have like 10 more minutes to go. Oh, I can't believe it. It looks like we might survive that. I was expecting the ogre to attack the shite over there, actually. So I'm pleasantly surprised. And yeah, this is pretty much how you're, in my opinion, supposed to use those merfolk here. Just put them in the water somewhere and then have them block enemies out. Preferably near a village, because then you can do that and then just... With direwolf, that's the what I was looking. That's the one I was looking for. I might try to do a mini raid on that purple form. Doesn't have that much money apparently, so we do have reasonable chance of killing him. Just make it way there. I'm not too much of a fan of this auto move, mostly because it's it's something I forget about, and then while it's partly meant to be like set it and forget it, I'm very good at the forgetting part and not too good at the setting part. So if I set a unit to move there, I will probably forget her, or forget it in this case. It's kind of weird sometimes. I do get confused, especially when I'm tired. I get confused with the grammatical sex of words, because in German everything has a grammatical sex. Every noun is either male, female, or neutral. I suppose you've known that already, but if you haven't, that's something you've learned, and you kind of have to figure it out. And that's something there's not too much in terms of rules. At least I can't think of any off the top of my head which is which. So it's a bit like the verbs in English, actually, where you have the regular verbs and the other 70%. Which you just have to remember, I believe. And that's actually one of the least liked part for most pupils. They just hate that bit about English, because there is this plethora of irregular verbs, and you just have to remember them all, and it's just such a pain in the ass. I don't even know how I actually memorize them all. I mean, I wouldn't say I've memorized them all. I've memorized a fair few of them because you end up using them a lot, and well, that's actually how learning a language actually works. Wonderfully done there. Just finished the bastard already. Okay. Sion would be level 3, so he would be an even better leader. The game will always use a better leader to determine which one of them influences the battle, so... I was actually hoping he would kill this one, so we could move something else instead, but I'll have to rely on that now. I don't like doing that. Come on, get the second hit, yes. Okay, now if you watch the sprite for Sion and the leader, you should probably see that only one of them will... Okay, they both did, but only Sion's leadership counts, so it does not stack. It only picks the highest one for you, but they don't stack it any higher than that. It would be unfair. It would probably be unfair. Let's not expose the scouts too much. We'll probably move all the scouts over to do the raiding bit over there. Your defense is over there, 60%. It's actually not too shabby. This one is not moving. Well, it's not the one that's moving towards the village. Okay, turn. We have those. That might be a bit risky. Especially with our famous hit chance. But I think we pulled it off reasonably well. Suppose I'll move those guys back. They are in bad need of healing after all. Actually, I could put this one... You go. You can go there. Put the injured unit over there. I believe healing and leadership as well are things that will happen between allies as well. So if I have my units next, I think you've seen that here earlier. If I have my unit next to the allied healers, they will regain some health at the beginning of their turn as well. And of course, if I fight when I'm standing next to an allied leader, and well, I will gain their leadership bonus. At least I believe so. Okay, now time for some more killing. Have at thee, goblin. I kind of want to kill all the bosses here. So let's help the sea folk out a bit. There's another village we can try to claim. With 3 elvish scouts. I guess we'll send an archer in there as well. I really hate fracturing my troops that much, but I always do it. I always say I hate it and I always end up doing it. I was about to say, you should hit at least one of those. Also, you shouldn't underestimate the leadership bonus. It is quite substantial. Especially when you have a level 1 unit next to a level 4 general, it's... I mean, the other one does double damage. Puny elves, come to fight Ozark! Oh, it's a crush, puny elves! Yeah, go try. Alethea has leveled up. Alethea has gained the Unpoison ability. With each level that Alethea advances, she will also get increase in attack damage and sometimes number of attacks. Check a unit file. And by unpoisoned they mean cure, which is very useful to have. Really, you can't have enough troops that can cure poison. Free kill, pretty much. That is not quite the testament to elven marksmanship I was hoping for. Not being able to hit a goblin in the bloody fields. On what I would suppose is point-blank range. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. It was all fine. I tried the hardest. It's not enough. I have to get out of this kind of mood. At least if I want to have a reasonable shot at my annual Santa Claus stuff. Which, by the way, I actually have my first job request. Somebody actually asked me to... oh wow, we can't recruit any units. That sucks. Well, off you go then. Actually, we could help... Yeah, we could move the Shide there. So she could help with the healing of all the troops that will go around the fortress and try to kill the goblins there. Okay, I'll do 10 more minutes because I started late. That's not their king, right? Okay, all the healing has happened. It's kind of fun to have like a lot of healing in the first part of the turn. I don't know, it's just I like that healing sound. I don't know why it just sounds nice to me. Don't ask, I'm weird like that. 96 out of 100. We will see in the Big Willow Wisp. Or Big Willow Wisp. Great Wisp. Soon. Or it will be killed in this turn. Could be either. It could be either of those. This guy's close to level up, so we'll try to get him the kill. Wonderfully done. Did he just randomly get a bunch of units, or did he really recruit those as things went? I'll also do a bit of an ambush over here. So we'll set that up like that. Then we'll put Sion over there. I'll probably put the Druid right next to that. I would like to actually tackle that ogre over there. I don't have my scout over there anymore. Let's move the archer. Well, since only 2 people can go here anyway, I'll just do this and have those 2 wailing at the Goblin Knight. The only thing we have to be careful about now is that we don't accidentally give him the next experience level. Because if we keep shooting at him for like several turns, he will gain 1 experience point each time we do that, each time he fights. So that may end up backfiring. I've had those things happen. Believe you me, I've had that happen to me quite a few times. It's never fun when it happens, but it's also, I mean, it's kind of interesting, and it does keep the tension up. I mean, you've seen how some of my units actually have had the same thing happen. They would defend successfully for a long time, and just as they're about to reach their goal, they die. Right, we have 2 here. I totally forget about that. Yeah, this archer is close to that, so we can just leave him there. Or her in this case, I don't know. Ha! Ambushed! Didn't see that coming. That's a prime example. This guy would have leveled up in the next turn, but I don't think he'll survive that. Oh, well, he actually did. I'm impressed. I think it's also a nice balance act of the ambush thing that it does not attack you, it doesn't grant you a free attack, it just means you can't move that troop in this turn, which in itself is kind of annoying already, especially if you kind of are in a hurry to get to get somewhere. And again, like, nope, ambushed. Also, I really want to know how this would have been created geologically. I mean, it doesn't make sense because this place here, this assuming this river comes from the north, which it kind of seems to be. Assuming the river comes from the north, this bit of water, unless it's a really bloody deep river, and it doesn't look like that, this bit of water would never be enough to support or to be equal to all that water which would flow down this. And of course, it was kind of a ridge, and there wasn't be that much water falling down. Maybe it would be very tempted to fall down there because it's a free fall. That's a great way to lose some energy, and it's funny how in physics all systems try to achieve less energy than before. 1 point. Can we actually, if we just shoot you, we'll get that 1 experience point, and we'll have a completely fresh unit. Whoa! Let's have that. Okay, Blink could kill this. Also gone for the ogre, actually. Oh well. He's a great wisp now. Doesn't seem like they get a new description. Is there a next level to that? There is. We can have a Radiant Wisp. I think it also gained a Skirmisher skill. Go back. No, it had that before as well. Never mind. Never mind. Let's slow him down. Also interesting to see that the Fairy Fire actually had a lower hit rate than the entanglement. Really, we can't kill him. Gotta be joking. We should actually be able to kill it now. There we go. This is where I don't set in swamps. Although he may have been baiting me there. And I may have totally fallen for it. I may have totally fallen for his trap. I may or may not. It has been cunning, though. Let's shoot him. We need to kill this guy, so we probably wanna... Okay, great. Now you go back into the village. will have to do that. I mean, I don't have to, but kind of wanted to. That means this guy will most likely actually retreat. If I'm not too far off the he will actually retreat. Okay, there's our kill, and there's our village. Although to be perfectly honest, it doesn't really matter how many units we recruit here. I mean, or how many villages we'll take over. It's more like it cushions our financial fall. That's literally all it will do. Okay, we'll leave the rest as it is. I mean, we could offer this as kind of a bait and a sacrifice. Actually, do that. Yeah, let's do that. That's a risk. Could be weather with snare. Yes, great. That played out nicely. Okay, will we get our health back now? Yes. So there, see, we got our health back at the beginning of the healer's turn, not the unit's turn. Or not the turn of the unit that says next to the healer. It would be silly if you would basically be able to gain like 2 heals out of that. So I don't know why I was expecting that to be the case. We have one more unit here. Can at least kill that. He's at 3 health. 3 health. Also, I kind of want to get this scenario done. So we'll try to get this level sorted out and then we'll call it a day. I mean, we are sitting right next to the fortress, so why not, right? Will that fighter survive? He will. He may actually. This one probably would. Actually, he will as well. Nice. Very, very nicely done. As I said, he will retreat here. If they're very, very certain they will lose that unit, they will generally not attack. Now, granted, in many occasions you can't be that certain. You don't know you'll lose that unit, so they are very likely to still attack. But in this case, it was very easy to see that this unit would not have any chance of survival, so he pulled it out. That's a great prep, actually. I know we could still get like 2 more. Let's get another captain. I know we could have gotten 2 more. We could have gotten like other units as well, but we could get 2 more upgrades with this guy. He has 5 levels after all, and I think that would make him the only level 5 leader I know. I mean, having a level 5 leader is ridiculous, because if you have a level 0 unit next to it, which aren't that strong, but if you take, for example, those are level 1, let's just click those quickly. Description. Goblin Spearman is level 0, and they do 6-3. So if you have a level 4 leader, they will gain... So if you have a level 5 leader, they will do 25% per level difference. So they have 4 levels difference, which means they actually get 100% bonus damage, which means that they would have a 12-3 attack. And that is obscene. I suppose you agree there. That is just an obscene amount of damage. Also, yeah, this suggestion is solid. Because again, we will get the health back. We'll go with the hero now. You can just attack that. Well done. Woohoo, let's have an elvish ranger here. Kind of exposed, so it might be a bad idea to get the more resilient one. I know I'm taking my sweet time with the leader, but I want to get the path cleared. Don't want to do that, actually. I really don't want to do that. Link, I guess it's your turn again. He's radiant. Is he? Skirmisher? Oh no, that's just not a light aura. It's just regular. Yeah, it's just a regular thing. So it does have the light aura there. It looks like it, but it's not. It's also this thing sucks sneaking now. Here. Okay, over here we'll probably move as well. Let's not leave that city for now. Close to there. I have like... No. Right, I moved this arch out of there. Now I remember. I do remember. Sometimes. I know it didn't seem like much of a difference, but I wanted to have this unit a bit closer to the battlefield. Just to have it there, you know. It might make a difference later on to have this unit like 2 steps closer to where the battle is going to happen. Yikes, this great ogre really hurts. I don't think they gave them a new unit description. Really didn't have to. Sometimes you can just whack a new level onto something and call it a day. It's fine. I'm not judging. Just kidding. It's really fine. That was probably a waste. Should have probably saved that for the ogre, because that would be a lot of damage we could have done. Okay, that was what I wanted. Please get 2 hits in. Wonderful. Always a good idea to clear as much space as possible around the enemy. Okay. And that's a kill. those guys level up as well. Or at least get them some experience as well. I mean, this would be experience we'd pretty much miss out on and then lose out on. So why not do it? Thank you. I have my camera back now. Sorry about that. It also appeared that all elvish captains suck at aiming. Okay, now we know how to do that. We want to put Sion over there. I would have liked to actually ensnare this guy. Might have been a smart move. Move as far as possible with this one. We'll put the lithium over there. 63, that's a lot of damage. What the hell was that? You missed all of those. How do you miss that? I mean, this guy seems huge. Even I could hit from this distance. I'm not a trained archer. It's 40%. Let's not risk that. Let's play at least somewhat safe. And I know that it's me saying that, but still. Let's not go too crazy here. Don't you dare say anything. I just want to point that out there. Don't you dare say anything. For Faranil, I smite thee. Can't move, you can. Elves are not good at climbing mountains. So yeah, that's certainly not helping. I was kind of hoping we'd get sea folk. Ooh, we survived! Yeah, this guy had to attack because there's nothing else he can do here. He can't move out. We got him kind of trapped. As usual, we'll go in with this first. And we will get our elven rider. Put this guy there. It probably doesn't matter where we place our units now, because let's face it, we'll probably wrap this level up next on this turn. Take out one more village. Teehee, because I can. Okay, hit it. At least we don't risk anything if we fight those. Yeah, let's slow him down. I was hoping for a kill there. But Elithiel has let me down once more. those defenses. It kind of sucks when you have a really good... Oh, when you have a unit that's really good at defending places and it stands in a well-defended place. Like in a fortress. Put Gardener up here. Get Arcane Bow to put Jesus out of them. Suppose you'll move... We'll arrange units like that. I guess I won't attack this goblin leader here. It's not worth the delay. No troops there. Good. Oh, why would you go out there? Seriously, why did he go there? This was the worst place for a waterman to be, or a merman to be. Okay, now which unit should kill Ozorg? Guess we'll try... Oh, wait. We can try to get as much experience out of this as possible, right? I mean, since we do lose a lot of units with time here, it's generally good to just get as many replacements as possible. Okay, and there's the next Elvish Rider, if we're lucky. Well, we're close. We're close. That's good enough. It's actually good enough. I don't see Ozark having much of a chance here to survive another round. Everyone's got him pinned, and there's only so much he can do. It would be a waste attacking with the Elvish Marksman, the Sharpshooter, because that one can't level up any further. But Galumir or Sion would probably benefit quite a lot from it. Wow, 200 XP. That's a lot of experience to require. He's halfway there already, almost. So we'll go with Sion. There we go. The Ogre is defeated. 30 gold! Fortune. Sorry. Couldn't you yell across the forest? Most other campaigns actually do that. Faranil is free once more. And we now know that there are elves beyond Amaranthine. And you have our thanks. You shall all be welcome here again, should you choose to return. But now for the elves of Faranil, your highness. We shall rebuild, and hope that your quest succeeds, for if it does not, the Dark Prince will surely come, sooner or later. But for now we shall return to the forest, and enjoy once more the simple pleasures of light and free air. You should probably go for the carnal pleasures as well. I mean, you kinda need to repopulate the place. Just saying. We have every intention of succeeding, Queen Xerxes. And with companions of such courage and skill, I believe your chances are good. Sesha! See, I told you I wouldn't die. You also didn't fight. Yes, I'm glad you didn't. But you didn't fight either. Ha! I don't like fighting. Sometimes you have to fight, whether you want or not. Not if you're a fast swimmer. I hope we meet again someday, Alithia. I think we will. Continue south from here, and you shall find what you seek. But be warned that the lands beyond our borders are full of enemies, and you have far to travel. Farewell, all of you, and my light of the one guide you always. I usually end up with a very, very low gold amount here, so that's nothing to be concerned about. Okay, let's end the scenario here. And once we got into the next one, I mean, you got it from Let's Play, so... Long Night and the Giant's Maze. I hate mazes. I hate mazes. Why does it have to be a maze? What a strange landscape. I have not seen its like. Nor shall you again. It's called Amaranthine, the scar by our people. The humans call it the Giant's Maze. I read about this in the scrolls. Yes, the Giant's Maze. It is said that our kind were first born among the races. But the ruins here were old when our race was young. No one knows who built them. I sense undead. So deep are the chasms that the humans say they were made by giants. The legends also say that they were bottomless, and that some descend even into the nether realms. I doubt that. You need a portal to get to the nether realms. I beg your pardon, your highness. What was that? Nothing, never mind. You have been silent since rising, sister. Is something amiss? I had an ill dream last night, Sion. My sleep was troubled as well. Tell us what you saw. In my dream, I stood alone upon this very spot at night. As I looked into the sky, the stars began to fall, one by one, until all was darkness. Far off to the south, a painful light shone red, the coming of a crimson dawn. Then the air was suffused with laughter, dark and mocking, all around me. It came at once from everywhere and nowhere. It is an omen, to be sure, but of what? Something dark and terrible awaits us in the south. Something worse than the drakes. We must retrieve the stone and return to Amaranthine as swiftly as possible. And to do that, we must first cross the Giant's Maze and enter onto the Path of Stars. That will bring us to the mountains, and ever closer to Karesh and Kar. The entry to the Path of the Stars will be at the southern end of the maze. That is our goal. Then let us make for it. Okay. With a red Go Here symbol at the southern end of the map. So we'll have to go all the way over there. But we'll do that next time. So tune in next Saturday at 11 PM my time. Not your time. When we try to fight our way through the Path of Stars, or to the Giant's Maze, and then into the Path of Stars, which I suppose will be the next scenario after that. So we are right now, I think, 4 to 5 scenarios in, actually. Does it say here anywhere? No. So, we can actually look at the... can go to the load game. And we can see that we had a village. That was the first one. This here, by the way, was... yeah, I think that was the Christmas special. Yeah, I think this was the first scenario, after the pure story one. So, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So we are now into the 6th of 11 reserved scenarios. So we were making progress, and I suppose we'll probably wrap this up within... probably before Christmas. Anyway, we made some good progress this time. I was glad we didn't have to reload too many times. And, yeah. I hope next time we'll have more people around. I mean, I'm currently only talking to myself. It's like making Let's Play just long and for more people, and without having to upload it later on, because it's uploaded as I go. Which is kind of cool in itself. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Bye.